Good morning, students. So today we are going to start the last chapter of life skill. That is chapter number 12, Acharya Vinoda Bhave. So this is the last chapter of this our chapter. This is the last chapter of our life skill, chapter 12, and I think so. All have given the well examinations. Till now, I have not checked the copies, so I will check it later on. So just we will start this chapter, Acharya Vinoda Bhave, with the value, simplicity and the social service. My dear student, Acharya Vinoda Bhave was a very important person among all the famous personality of the Indian history. He was a great scholar, a saint, a man of God, and a moral tribune, and a ray of hope and solace to millions in the abroad. He was a very kind-hearted person, not only in India but also in foreign countries also. He was one of the great spiritual leaders and social reformers of the modern India. His work and personality example and inspired all the Indians from Prime Minister to the poor. All peoples were affected by his great personality and inspired by him. Vinoda Bhave's original name was Vinayak Narhari Bhave. His original name was Vinayak Narhari Bhave. He was conferred with the title of Acharya. He was conferred with the title of Acharya. So he is also known as the Acharya, which means the teacher in Sanskrit. He was an advocate of non-violence and human rights. He was considered as a national teacher of India and a spiritual successor of Mahatma Gandhi, as Mahatma Gandhi followed the path of non-violence and truth. In the same way, the Acharya Vinoda Bhave also used to follow the path of non-violence and human rights. So he was considered as the successor of Mahatma Gandhi. Now just we will see about his childhood life. So Vinoda Bhave was born in Gagoda village in Raigad district of Maharashtra. He was born in Gagoda village in Raigad district of Maharashtra on September 11, 1895. His father's name was Narhari Shambho Rao Bhave, Narhari Shambho Rao Bhave, and his mother was Rukmani Devi. And they both were the devotees of Hindu and had a great influence on him. In his biography, he says that there is nothing equal to the part of my mother's play in shaping my mind, specifically devotion and spirituality. So he says that all the devotion towards the God and spirituality he had received from his mother. He also had two brothers, Balkova Bhave and Shivaji Bhave, who remained bachelors and devoted their life for the social works. So Acharya also have two brothers, Balkova and Shivaji, who remained the bachelors, means they have not married, and remained in working for the social work. At the age of 10, he took a vow of lifelong celibacy and service to the poor. So at the age of 10, he took a vow for the serving the poor. His mother also inculcated the great love of Holy Bhagavad Gita in him. His mother also inculcated the value of Holy Bhagavad Gita in him. When his mother died, she left a Bhagavad Gita in the lap. The Bhagavad Gita told him that all life is one. He also had a keen interest in mathematics. So along with the interest in devotion towards God and serving the poor, he also had an interest in mathematics at a very young age. In 1916, on his way to Mumbai for an intermediate exam, that is 12th examination, he put all his school certificate into fire and took a decision after reading a piece of writing in the newspaper about Mahatma Gandhi. He was highly impressed with the Gandhiji's view and thoughts. So when he was going to give his 12th examination to the Bombay, he burned all his school certificates. After reading a after reading a news from the newspaper about the Mahatma Gandhi, and he decided to follow the Gandhiji's views and thoughts. Now his next association with the Gandhiji, so how he was associated and how the Gandhiji entered in his life. So Vinoba Bhave was perhaps the great disciple of Mahatma Gandhi. He struggled up to his last line to weep the tears from the eyes of all those who suffered outrageous poverty through century. After a series of exchange of letters between Mahatma Gandhi and Vinoba Bhave on 7 June 1960, Bhave went to meet Mahatma Gandhi. So 7 June 1916, Vinoba Bhave went to meet the Mahatma Gandhi. In 1921, Vinoba Bhave went to Wardha to take a charge of Gandhi Ashram there. So Mahatma Gandhi gave him the charge of Wardha Ashram. Here he started a monthly Marathi magazine named Maharashtra Dharma. So there he started a magazine which was named as the Maharashtra Dharma. It comprised of his essay and the Upanishad. This magazine comprised of the essays and the Upanishads. Over the year bond between Mahatma Gandhi and Bhaveji became strong, and involvement in social welfare kept on increasing. So day after day, the bond between the Mahatma Gandhi and Bhave kept on increasing, and the social welfare for the people also kept on increasing. And in the year 1932, Bhave was sent to the jail for conspiring against the British rule. So in 1932, he was sent to the jail against conspiring against the British government. He was the first representative of Mahatma Gandhi in the civil disobedience movement in 1940. So he was the first representative of Mahatma Gandhi in the civil disobedience movement in 1940. He faced all the hardship but did not budge from the determination to serve the country. After seeking a lot of pain also, but he did not moved from his path, and he was determined to serve the country. And finally in 1941, he was rightly chosen as the first Satyagrahi. In 1941, he was chosen as the first Satyagrahi, an individual who stand up for the truth. An individual who stand for the truth by Gandhiji. In 1941, he was chosen as the first Satyagrahi by the Gandhiji. What is the meaning of Satyagrahi? Satyagrahi is a person who individually stands for the truth. Bhave's concept of freedom was unique in itself. He believed that the freedom and fear can never go hand in hand. He advised to the people to conquer fear in order to be free. Mahatma Gandhi described Vinoba Bhave as one of the finest pearls in Sabarmati Ashram. So Vinoba Bhave always had a thought in his life that freedom and fear can never go hand in hand. So he wanted always to be free. And Mahatma Gandhi also called him as the finest pearl. Next, Bhudan movement. So Bhu means land and Dan means to donate. So Bhudan movement started when the Harijans of Telangana district requested Vinoba Bhave to provide them with 80 acres of land to make their livings. How this movement was started? Vinoba Bhave's Bhudan movement was started when the Harijans of Telangana district asked Vinoba Bhave to provide them the sum of the 80 acres of land for their livelihood. In 1951, Vinoba Bhave started his peace march on foot. In 1951, Vinoba Bhave started his peace march from the region of Telangana. Surprisingly, a landlord got up and offered a piece of land as their requirement. So finally, a landlord offered a piece of land for the requirement. The incident added a new chapter in the history of sacrifices and non-violence. After the donation of the land by the landlord, there was a new change in the history of sacrifice and non-violence. It was the first step of the Bhudan, gift of the land movement. The landlord started the first Bhudan movement. Vinoda Bhave traveled across the entire country asking landlord to consider him as one of their sons and give him a portion of their land. After receiving the land, he distributed the land among the landless and the poor people. The Vinoda Bhave traveled around 64,000 kilometers on foot and collected more than 80,000 hectares of land during his journey. So he traveled around 64,000 kilometers by walking and collected more than 80,000 hectares of land during his journey. Vinoda Bhave reached several parts of India on foot to morally motivate the Indian people, especially the rich. He aimed at changing the hearts of the people so that they could donate the land, property, village, or even life for the welfare of the country. He was successful in bringing about this change in many people. Donation of thousands of acres of land would not have been possibly be brought by any law. Howsoever, moral revolution must precede any other revolution if one wants it to be effective. So beside this, one of the notable achievements includes the surrender of 20 ferocious dacoits from terror-stricken district of Madhya Pradesh in 1960. So from the terror-stricken district called Chambal, from Chambal, many of the dacoits, including 24 ferocious dacoits, surrenders themselves after Vinoda Bhave request. Okay. So next class, life and death of this topic we will read in our next class. Till then, you have a reading of this chapter and start. Thank you.